All right, here we go. Episode 5 of Season 2 of Talking Raptors, live on the mothership at Raptors Republic. Barry Taylor here with Nick Reynoldson. How you doing, man?
We're still number one, baby. I'm doing good.
The Raptors are killing it right now.
We're doing amazing.
This is so great. Despite the fact that DeMar DeRozan is down, the team still looks incredible.
Pour some liquor for DeMar's groin muscles.
Been doing it all week.
Dropping 40s all over the sidewalk, man.
Watch your step.
Get better, DeMar.
Let's get right into it. Raptors had another, I guess, an up and down week, but, man, came out on top for sure.
Absolutely. The Lakers ruined my weekend.
Okay, yeah.
Really.
Of course it had to be Kobe, too.
I know.
That piece of garbage.
Maybe you should stop talking smack on the podcast and he won't hear you.
You know what's funny is I was talking to our buddy Forrest Shaw in Miami. He's from Miami. He's a big Heat fan. We go back and forth all the time. And he said, hey, sorry, DeRozan got injured. And I was like, it doesn't matter. First game's going to be against the Lakers. We'll be able to figure it out. It's almost like a practice game.
How did that turn out for us?
He got back to me immediately. He's like, you shouldn't have ripped Kobe. I was like, you're right. I shouldn't have.
If anyone were to listen to this podcast and to prove a point, it would be Kobe Bryant.
Yeah. I hate that man. Anyway, he did what he did.
It's a light triple-double.
It's just... he's just such a piece of garbage.
6,000 assists.
Okay, we don't need to talk about Kobe anymore. Let's give Drake his royalty.
Drizzy!
Here you go, buddy. As we do another round of 6 from the 6.
Sixes. 6 from the 6. Thing 1.
Is Kyle Lowry a legit MVP candidate?
You're damn right he is.
Good God, that game against Utah, he sure looked like the best player in the league.
He's the best player on our team.
Yep.
For sure. When we need someone to take over the game, you give it to Kyle.
He seems to be able to do that at will. It's really, really incredible.
Just to watch Kyle Lowry control a basketball game is a freaking pleasure to watch.
Yeah.
He knows who to give touches to. He knows when to give touches to those people. And he knows when, you know what? Head down. Let's get a goddamn foul.
He literally controls the entire game.
It's amazing. It's what you want from your point guard.
NBA.com has him ranked 4th right now on their Kia road to the MVP behind Marc Gasol, Anthony Davis, and Steph Curry.
It's nice company to be in.
That's great company. Do you think he's ahead of those 3, though? That's tough. Obviously,
it's tough, and you know what? With DeMar being out for 4 to 6 weeks, it's gonna be. I mean,
we'll find out. I guess
we're gonna find out. If we keep up this winning ways, how can you not say Kyle Lowry's?
He is. Yeah, that's the other thing is they're obviously winning more than those other teams. Man, those 3 players though. Well, actually, they're not winning more than Memphis, but Gasol, Davis, and Curry, those guys are so good. Would you trade Kyle Lowry for any of them? Put it that way.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's tough.
I wouldn't. The Steph Curry one is the only one that screws me up. Like, I'm not trading Kyle Lowry for anyone, but Steph Curry, man.
Steph Curry's the only guy.
I used to watch him when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
Shooting. It was like, that could be me, man. I used to scream to Del Curry to adopt me.
So you wouldn't trade him for Anthony Davis or Marc Gasol?
Oh.
Yeah.
Anthony Davis, that's...
Anthony Davis is only 21,
making
too.
me sick to my stomach. Ooh! That's a hell of a shit.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, no. I don't know. That's a rough one.
Okay.
I wouldn't. I'm saying no.
So we'll say he is legit 4th in MVP ranking right now? I'd say that.
I'd say that's fair, yeah.
But now, is there a point guard in the league besides Steph Curry that you would take over him?
No.
No? Not even Chris Paul?
Not even Chris Paul, no.
Oh, my God. Russell Westbrook?
Nope.
Really?
I wouldn't take him.
Really?
Not for our Raptors team.
Whoa. It's tough. I mean, obviously, different situations. But from a distance, Russell Westbrook is, to me, I think he's extremely underrated. Just because he does play with Kevin Durant.
Yeah. He's an amazing player. Don't get me wrong.
I think I would take Russell Westbrook over Chris Paul.
I wouldn't do that.
I'm going crazy now.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I would do that. I might do that, though. I would think about it. So in terms of point guards, Kyle Lowry is your number 2?
Kyle Lowry, as of this year, is my number 2.
Okay.
In the freaking league.
2 in point guards, 4th in MVP voting. All in all, he's not doing too bad.
All in all, it looks like we're going to have an all-star.
Thing two.
Dwayne Casey, coach of the month for the month of November.
DC.
Deservedly so. He seems to have really set the tone. And a lot of fans have been critical of Dwayne Casey in the past based on his play calling and his substitution methods.
Even us.
Even us. But do you think this team is where it's at in large part because of him, or do you think it's because he sort of lets them do their thing?
I think that's also part of it. Like, I think he knows when to let them do their thing, and I think he knows when to call a play. Like, his plays out of timeouts are pretty good. Our offense looks awesome, man. Like, it looks wicked, and this guy's a defensive coach, so what are you going to say about Dwayne Casey?
But don't you think that's more because of Kyle Lowry than Dwayne Casey?
A lot of it is definitely Kyle Lowry, but you gotta control Kyle Lowry.
That's fair.
Right? That's people management. A lot of it is when you're, I think, a professional coach, is managing egos in that room, making sure James Johnson doesn't stab somebody before, like that's all part of like being a coach, right?
Because when Sam Mitchell won Coach of the Year that year, I kind of felt like it was like, yeah, he did a good job, but he was sort of handed this amazing team that Colangelo put together.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't want to let Sam Mitchell go because he had the 1 year left on the contract, and they're like, we'll just ride it out. And then it was like perfect timing, Do you think that's anyway at all the case with Dwayne Casey, or is it?
I mean, the team was started off the year pretty terribly last year, which great trade. We got a great team, so I mean, it's a little bit of both. We got a full bench. Guys started clicking. It's hard to say.
What do you think of him putting Gravis in the starting lineup?
I didn't think that was going to happen. I'm cool with it. I did not. I definitely thought he was going to shift Ross to the 2 and James Johnson at the 3 to start. But hey, it's working so far.
Yeah. Maybe he's
Gravis is man. He's catching on freaking fire. He listened.
Yeah.
He's going off.
That's the other thing. A couple people tweeted at us. They're like, we like when you call players out because then they get good as soon as you do. Which is, listen, they're all listening to this podcast.
Step your game up, Greg Steamsma.
Hey, easy.
Sorry.
Easy. He's not getting the opportunities he deserves.
And thank God.
And when he does.
Oh, you want him taking minutes from Chuck Hayes, Barry?
He's a factor. No, of course not.
That's right.
Let's not be ridiculous.
Never
but
play, so.
Free Steamsma.
Shout out to Steamsma.
Thing 3.
Tracy McGrady will be honored as part of the 20th anniversary game against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Do you think fans will boo him? To me, when McGrady left, that hurt more than Vince. When McGrady left, that really scarred me. I was really, really, really upset.
I don't think fans are going to boo at all.
No?
Nah, the animosity towards Vince, man.
But McGrady, man, he left. He could have told him he wanted to be traded. I just remember it was after the series against the 76ers, and he was getting interviewed, and he's like, yeah, I don't know, we'll see. And I was just like, oh, God, like, you guys just lost. And then it was like a couple days later, he came out, and he's like, basically, I'm not coming back to Toronto. And it's just like, oh, man, like, T-Mac.
Yeah.
It hurt a lot. And now, in all his interviews, he's like, obviously, I wish I had stayed in Toronto. And again, it's like, you know what? No.
Hindsight 2020.
Get the hell out of here.
Hindsight 2020.
Yeah. So if I was there, I don't think I would boo him necessarily, but I wouldn't get out of my seat. I'd maybe give him a 1, 2, 3 clap.
That's all right.
Right? Like, you were nice for a couple of games. I'm not getting up. I'm not cheering.
I mean, we didn't have McGrady's best years, that's for sure.
No. He was on the cusp, though.
I'm like, what are we celebrating? Potential?
3 clap, I would give him. 1, 2, 3, while seated.
Imagine if that guy stayed. Is that what we're celebrating?
Yeah, right? Like, why are we even bringing this up?
Imagine if he stayed, what this team could have been. You know what the team is now? The first in the freaking NBA.
Yeah.
God damn it. I mean, I get it. It's the 20th anniversary. You have to do some shit. we don't have a lot of history.
No, it's true. But again, wouldn't boo him not standing up and not cheering.
1, 2, a golf clap.
Yeah, I'd give him a...
Very nice.
That's it.
See, respectful, but lets you know.
Yeah, wrap it up. Let's go.
They're playing you off, buddy.
Let's get the inflatable mascot on the floor.
Let's get that guy doing some flips.
Get him to eat someone. Let's move on. We get it.
We
You
get
left,
it.
Tracy. We remember you. Thanks,
That
buddy.
was your pitching career.
Thing 4.
There's a lot of awesome players on the Raptors bench right now.
Oh yeah.
A lot of them get me pretty darn excited. If you had to pick one, who is your favorite player that comes off the bench?
Yeah, it would have to be. It'd have to be Lou, baby. It would have
Lou
to be-
Dog.
Yeah, he plays basketball like how I want to play basketball.
Just fearless,
Just
jacking shots.
listen, man. I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna get. I might get a couple nice steals,
Yeah.
a couple of sweet passes, but you better believe I'm taking every shot I can.
What do you think about?
I'm into
though,
it.
Now it's every single time the clock's winding down, he gets the last shot.
I mean,
Every single time, and he's missed the last 3 or 4.
yeah. But if you take every single one, you're gonna miss a couple.
Yeah, but why is he taking every single one?
I think they figure he's the. I think they're gonna plan that, and then when it really matters, it's gonna
He's
be
not
a
going to shoot it.
shimmy pass
He's
to
not
Kyle
gonna-
Lowry
he
for
is not.
3.
I would have to say though, coming off the bench, I like seeing James Johnson more.
Then Lou, you like seeing him more?
Yeah, because he's got like defensive highlights as well as offensive highlights.
Mm-hmm. He's got.
He seems crazy.
He just seems like a scary guy, but he seems.
Could expect him to shiv anyone at any point.
Yeah, oh my god.
There's a lot of excitement that comes with James Johnson.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank God for James Johnson, though, man. Who thought it was gonna go this way?
Yeah, right.
He's
And
great.
he has such he's a great dunker.
He's a powerful dunker.
Powerful dunker. He's got some style.
He's not afraid of anybody.
Not afraid of anybody.
Takes some crazy shots when he gets hyped, but
You know what's interesting is you chose Lou Williams. I said James Johnson. We didn't even mention Patrick Patterson.
I didn't mention Landry Fields, and I'm sick to my stomach that I didn't.
And you're wearing a Landry Fields jersey right now.
I always do.
Landry Fields camo with the sleeves.
I got Landry Fields' name and number tattooed on my back. I'm always wearing this jersey.
It's a permanent jersey. Hey, speaking of which, didn't he and James Johnson go back and forth on Instagram? You were telling me?
Yes, they did. There's an account on Instagram called Raptors Reel. They're pretty awesome. They post, pictures of the Raptors. But they posted a picture when we played Sacramento of Landry Fields driving and a braided James Johnson reaching
Whoa.
in.
Okay.
And Landry added James Johnson's Instagram account, which is broke3. And I don't know who you're fooling, James Johnson. We know you're not broke.
No.
But Landry was like, stop reaching. And James Johnson commented back, ha ha ha, you plucked me a few times that game. I was trying to get payback. And I was like, you know what? This is amazing.
Oh, here's something. Chuck Hayes the other day favorited a tweet while I believe he was on the bench, and it was some girl. Where were they? I think maybe it was when they were in Atlanta. And it was some girl tweeted like one of those, stupid oh, if we break up, I don't know you or something like that.
Inspirational.
Yeah.
Or jaded woman.
Yeah, and it's it's a girl with like massive cleavage. She's very attractive. Don't get me wrong, but it was
I'm
just
sure Chuck Hayes only talks to attractive women.
all of a sudden during the game, it's just like a ping, and it's like Chuck Hayes favorited this. It's like, all right, mid game, these guys are doing this stuff.
I don't
How is this possible?
I
How
don't
are you
know.
even allowed to have your phone on the bench?
I'm maybe we don't understand. Maybe the favorites get pushed up at a certain time. I don't know.
Possibly, that's possible. It
But
has to be.
the Instagram. I don't know, man. That shit seems pretty on time. And I remember James Johnson was but that was when he was injured. I don't think you can be suited up and have your phone, but I think you're in street clothes. You can be swerving on some girls on Instagram.
Huh?
Just waving at them on TV? How hilarious is that? Girl, I just like your picture.
That's a good idea, actually.
Check my suit.
Yeah, if you were in game wear and you had your phone, that's messed up.
That is a fireable goddamn offense.
All right. Anyway, Lou Williams, James Johnson, love the gosh darn Raptors bench.
You know what I want? Thing 5.
DeMar DeRozan dropped some knowledge that maybe he wasn't supposed to. Was it a week ago?
Before he dropped his groin.
Before he dropped his groin.
He dropped some knowledge. He was asked about how's it going with Drizzy Drake, our global ambassador, our homeboy who we got money for. And DeMar was basically like, man, it's great. It's great he's an actual friend. He came in actually to the locker room the other day to give me the mixtape that he's dropping in January.
My God.
Turns out Drake never announced that he was dropping a mixtape in January.
That's not good.
The OVO camp, I'm sure, made a call out to young DeMar. Got that owl. I got on that owl phone.
That's not good. Dropping information like that.
No, Drake's probably pissed.
Wow. So the mixtape is coming out in January and no one knew about it. So Twitter and the internet must have exploded.
The like hip hop blogs exploded.
Oh, Damar.
Is Damar in hot water?
Damar. What was the consensus?
I don't know. No one really gave a damn.
No.
It goes away pretty quick.
But isn't
on
this,
the internet?
in today's day of the internet, sort of, that's one of the last few things that makes it special, is dropping it out of nowhere.
Yep.
And Damar ruined that for Drake.
He ruined that early 2015 present Drizzy had coming for us.
Oh, man. Can you imagine Drake's face when he read that? He's like, are you serious? What did this guy say?
He's like, bro, we can't, what are you doing, man?
It's like, I'm the goddamn global ambassador, all right?
Yeah, she's like, you're my boy, man.
It's like the president slipping you something.
You leaked this shit out.
Yeah. Oh, man.
You screwed up my fiscal year, man. Like, my whole plan is ruined.
At
Damar?
least he didn't put it online. Imagine Damar just posted on Facebook. He's like,
Damar
"Hey, guys."
actually leaked it?
Yeah. It's his own remix, though.
Oh my god! If Damar, please, Damar, don't rap. You know, Lou Williams has a song with Meek Mill,
Really?
a rap song. And you know what? Lou kind of gets busy. I'm not gonna lie, a little bit gets kind of busy. He's gonna release a Gangsta Girls mixtape for sure this summer.
How come Drake hasn't asked anyone to be on a tape?
That mixtape, man. Who knows what's gonna happen now?
Wow.
I hope Chuck A's has a verse.
So, Damar, watch your back.
Damar, loose lips sink ships, bro. Loose lips sink ships. I don't even know that. What is that? A Fall Out Boy song? Jesus Christ, what's wrong with me?
Dropping Fall Out Boy lyrics.
I'm sorry.
That's where this podcast is going.
I'm so sorry. Man, my friends in Scarborough are not going to be happy about this podcast. That's the most Scarborough I ever get, by the way, is when I talk about the Raptors.
What do you mean?
I try not to, use Scarborough vernacular too much, because people generally assume you're retarded. But if anyone starts talking about the Raptors, especially if they go negative, and especially you talk shit about Kyle Lowry, I snap.
Yeah, that's good.
Dog, brethren, still, Kyle Lowry, bro. I'm like, what did I just say?
That's okay. We need that.
Passion.
Someone's got to be credible on this podcast.
Passion, baby.
Bring some street cred.
Now, a lot of people talking about Thing 6.
The game against Atlanta was a great win, but there was much more to it. I was unable to hear it with sound. I think I was doing a show somewhere. You were murdering on Twitter.
I heard it.
And part of the reason you were doing so viciously was your inspiration that came courtesy.
The freaking organ player!
The organ player
Guys,
in the Atlanta arena.
Atlanta's in-game entertainment is the best in the NBA. I don't give a damn.
So what, this guy was playing hip-hop jams on the organ?
He played Lifestyle by Young Thug and Rich Homie Quan, did the beat and the melody on the organs. I lost my freaking mind.
Organ player, there needs to be more organ players.
It was awesome. Honestly,
wow.
I'm not being sarcastic in any way. It was one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my entire life.
That is great.
I was bumping. He played Drake songs. So I was like, this is crazy.
They played Drake?
Yeah, man.
I always wonder if arenas don't want to play Drake when the Raptors are playing. You know?
I don't think they're like that caught up on it, and I don't know.
No?
I've heard Drake at other arenas for sure. I'm like, you guys are messing up.
What's with the other arenas pumping crowd sound into the speakers too? They did that the other night against I want to say Utah. Oh no, it was Sacramento. It was Sacramento because Utah is usually a pretty rowdy crowd. But yeah, they were doing that, and they do that in Atlanta all the time because no one's in Atlanta.
No one's in Atlanta.
But it's just weird. It's weird.
Hey man, not everywhere's gonna be the ACC, you know?
Apparently not. But even if the crowd sucked, like the Leafs fans are garbage at the ACC.
Yeah.
You don't want to play. You know?
Like a laugh track, kind of?
Yeah, exactly. It is a laugh track. Or it's like wearing a padded bra or something. And you're like, look at these double Ds. And then you pull the pads out. And it's
like, it just, like, that sucks if you're a player for that team.
Yeah.
Like, that's got to be the worst. Like,
Yeah.
you come to Toronto and you're like, this shit is insane.
That being said, though, the organ player wasn't the only great thing
He was not.
out of the Raptors game. There's a little bit of a cameo.
Don't get me wrong, the organ player was still the MVP of that game.
Okay, yeah. Sorry.
But the Raptors are trying to get some visitors in the locker room, man.
Celebrity visitors.
A-list. You know what?
Well, that's not.
Let's not get crazy.
Okay, maybe back in '94.
Chris Tucker.
Chris Tucker's hanging out with the Toronto Raptors.
Hanging out with James Johnson. And you know this, man.
What's
going on?
He was in the locker room? Is that what's happening?
Apparently, he's friends with Bill freaking Bano.
I didn't know Bill Bano had friends.
I didn't know Bill Bano had joy in his life.
Has Bill Bano ever smiled?
I've never seen Bill Bano
Ever.
smile once.
He needs to...
How are you friends with Chris Tucker?
There is not a better assistant coaching crew.
Maybe Bill Bano found Chris Tucker's friendship when Chris Tucker was down in the dumps and he thought his career was over. And he got fat and was like... Bill Bano brought Chris out of that.
Did he bring him out, though? Maybe they're just both miserable bastards.
I don't know what
and that's why they like to hang
Chris
out.
Tucker has done. But hey, he's taking selfies with James Johnson.
But the Raptors are drawn celebrities, is what we're saying.
I'm saying that Chris Tucker was like, I want to go
See the Raptors.
hang out with James Johnson, his neck tattoo.
That hasn't happened since the Vince days, I'd say. I remember Chris Rock used to go to a lot of games when he was shooting something in Toronto one year, and he was courtside at like at least 6 or 7 games.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. But then to a lesser extent, we've got Chris Tucker now going to the locker room
Speaking of comedic heroes,
at Atlanta games.
Chris Rock and Chris Tucker are two very different.
Who would you rather hang out with, Bill Bano or Tom Sterner?
Why would you even ask me that question? It's obviously Tom Sterner.
Yeah, all day.
I wish Tom Sterner was in my family.
You know what would be the best is to have a dinner with the two of them.
Oh,
That conversation would be messed.
Jekyll and Hyde shit.
Oh, God. Bill just straight-faced the whole time. And
Bill just slamming a steak into his mouth like he's killing the animal raw.
Yeah. And he's like, I don't even enjoy the taste of this. I just like the fact that it's dead.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bill.
I don't even like food. I just do it to
Yeah.
stay alive. Jesus Christ, Bill Bano.
Yeah.
And Tom Sterner's just
Staring you dead in the eyes.
tipping everybody. I feel like Tom Sterner was like, one of those guys, if he comes up to you and you're sitting down, he'll like rub your shoulders a little bit. I bet you Tom Sterner was that guy. Like, just give you a quick massage. What's up, buddy? And sit down with a big smile on his face. I'm like, I love this guy.
He reminds me of my grade 9 religion teacher, actually. He's a lot like him.
Well, this shit could get deep.
Yeah. Do you think Tom Sterner smokes? That's my grade 9
Weed?
religion teacher smoked. No, cigarettes.
No, but
Tom Sterner does not smoke weed.
I bet you Tom Sterner hoops.
Philly blunts?
Oh, buddy, this guy's rolling up backwards.
I'm guessing Tom Sterner is a drinker of... I bet he drinks like MGD or like
think so?
Coors Light. You know what I mean?
Just goes home, puts on some John Cougar Mellencamp, and just
Yeah.
take her easy.
Just loves life.
Loves the Guess Who.
He's got a cottage.
Tom Sterner for sure has a cottage.
Yeah.
Bill Bano has a dungeon somewhere. But that's what we
There's
need.
no windows in Bill Bano's house.
We need both the guys. That's
The yin and yang.
that's the success of this.
That's going to wrap up 6 on the 6.
6 from a 6.
Now it's time to get real.
Where the hell Chuck Hayes? Chuck Hayes minute?
Not a lot of playing time for Chuck Hayes this week.
No.
Didn't get on the floor against Utah. Didn't
No.
really need him.
Yeah, well, you know what? His leadership remains just as powerful.
The thing about a secret weapon is you keep it a secret for the
Okay.
most part, right? You don't use it when you're blowing out a team.
I want to show all your cards.
So for this week's minute, we figure we're just going to browse his Twitter feed.
Hell of a Twitter feed, though.
Chuck Hayes is pretty good at Twitter, actually. He interacts with people.
He does. He talks back. You talk to Chuck, he'll probably respond.
Yeah. For instance, he tweeted recently, Florida State has not lost in 2 years, and they're only a 4 seed. Dead wrong. Here's the thing, real quick. For there, he put THEIR instead of THEY apostrophe RE. I know grammar Nazis, whatever, with Twitter. That shit drives me insane. I don't know why. It drives me goddamn insane, though. I have a problem with that.
That's the thing about the Talking Raptors account. You can definitely tell when I'm tweeting, and you can tell when you're tweeting. Because I tweet like I talk, and it's sheer ignorance.
I don't even mind. It's not even that. It's just when you, like, if you don't
Just a
know the
little
difference
grammar?
between your and you're an idiot.
What he was in slam dunk competitions in college. Chuck Hayes trying to pull down the rim. He ain't trying to learn grammar.
Yeah, yeah, he went to college.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck are they teaching in Kentucky?
Not that.
Good lord.
Also, that's not. You should have learned that in elementary school. Let's not get crazy.
Yeah, well,
That's
how did he... Yeah, anyway, not a big deal. Still love the man. Just...
You know what? Chuck is
I don't know
He's
why.
not going to get a writing job after he.
It
after
drives
he's done.
me absolutely insane when I see that. Even
Well, because it's an easy mistake that you can fix.
it's just, man. Anyway, so he did tweet that out.
That's the first time you've ever been negative on Chuck Hayes. Holy smokes! What's happening to this segment?
Yeah, I know. No, it's true.
You watch your freaking mouth.
You're right. I'm sorry. I take it back.
Chuck can say they're, any one of the theirs.
You can put straight gibberish in his Twitter feed, and I'll love every goddamn emoticon.
Because we know it came from his heart, and we know his heart means well.
Okay. Anyway, first of all, he's a Florida State fan. I don't understand that. He's from California. Went to Kentucky, but whatever. And in this conversation, though, as soon as he put that up, Desi Phillips said, "Yo, Chuck, when was the last time you threw down a nice dunk?" Chuck Hayes replies, 2001. He's not afraid.
No,
He's got a sense of humor.
he knows what he is.
He's a funny man. I respect that.
Self-aware, damn it. Here's another one. Chuck, I guess, woke up one afternoon and asked what place still serves breakfast this late in the morning in Toronto. Help me, please. And now he got a response to that from our pal Leo freaking Routins, man.
Leo knows what's up. You want to find some breakfast? Leo's going to let you know.
Leo knows about pancakes. And he told him friends, Thompson Hotel.
Ooh.
Lots of places, big fella.
I could go to that Friends every once in a while. That would be pretty cool if I saw Chuck Hayes there. I think
Right.
I might start going more often.
How awesome would it be if you were hammered in Friends at 4 o'clock in the morning and Chuck Hayes walked in?
Well, there you go. He's looking for breakfast. He's a Florida State fan. And he's talking about how he hasn't dunked since 2001.
And shout out to, I can't remember, there was a Raptors Republic commenter that posted the Chuck Hayes dunk competition from Kentucky.
Yeah.
They prefaced it with saying that Chuck Hayes did not want to be here.
Yeah. And then he didn't get his first dunk. He didn't complete. His second dunk was garbage, and people booed him.
Yeah.
They booed him.
They booed him in a dunk competition
Oh,
that
man.
he was forced to be in.
Oh, Chuck. What are you going to do? Before we get out of here, we'll go around the league.
Let's go around the league.
Congratulations to the Philadelphia 76ers.
You
knocking off the Minnesota Timberwolves.
You got one.
You got to win.
You took out the Minnesota Canadiens there.
Minnesota, try not to kill yourself on the flight home.
Keep your head up, Wiggins.
Holy God.
It's all right, buddy. There's lots more embarrassing
How do you lose
losses
to
to
that
come.
house league team of a franchise.
They're both kind of house league teams, let's be honest.
Over-under for wins this year for the Philadelphia 76ers. 11.
Ooh, under.
I'll take the under as well.
They're not winning 10 more games.
How many? No? How many games do you think they win?
9.
Think you're going to go 10?
No, I think they're winning
10 and 72?
9 total.
Oh, they're going to win 9 total.
Yeah.
9 and 73. Oh, man. Can you imagine if they don't get the first pick, too?
That team is so garbage, just unbelievable. You deserve it though.
Yeah.
You deserve to be this shit, and you deserve not to get the first pick. You tanking jerks.
That's great. A story that came out Thursday morning. Kobe Bryant went for breakfast with Rajon Rondo. You think there's anything there?
I don't know.
You think Rajon Rondo would fit with that Lakers team?
Yeah. I don't know. Would he? They're both psychopaths.
Like anyone would fit with that Lakers team right
But the
now.
Lakers will take anyone that has a pulse, I think.
They are both
Lunatics.
lunatics.
So maybe they would be good together.
I could see that being a good fit. They need someone who's got some kind of cachet. They can throw him all the money he wants. He'll pass the ball to Kobe.
So Kobe's handing the torch to Rajon Rondo and out in LA there when he leaves?
I don't think he hands him the torch, but he's a piece that will attract someone that he can hand the torch to, like a Kevin Love.
I just the Celtics are so shit. I just feel like Rondo is I don't even know what Rondo is anymore, man. I don't watch enough Celtics games to know. I don't hear about him. It would be awesome just to see Kobe and Rondo just screaming at each other.
And finally, Steph Curry, the aforementioned MVP, recently put out a remix of a Drake song with his wife.
His wife dropped a little. They did a little video.
She's pretty good.
She dropped some bars, man. That olive oil line was like big line. Olive oil by the box.
Gave a shout out to Oven Mitts.
Shout out to Oven Mitts.
I can never argue with that.
I want to burn your hands. Can we just talk about how awesome Steph Curry's life probably is?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
His wife is super pretty. She seems awesome.
His wife is very attractive, and she's dropping bars.
He's having the best year of his life.
He's amazing.
He's got that Under Armour money. His ankles are holding up.
His ankles are holding up. Have you seen the ESPN E60 thing on him?
I did, yeah.
That was great.
I love that guy.
Oh, man. All right, let's wrap it up. It's time to shout it out.
It's time for the shout-outs.
Shout it out.
Shout-outs this week. Who are we doing?
We are going to shout out our boy, Phil Varmuza, at PhilV84.
What's up, Phil?
What's going on, bro? He tweeted us and asked us if it was insane to say that Kyle Lowry's a top 3 point guard in the NBA. And no, man.
No.
We agree. I think he's the second best point guard in the league.
Whoa, okay.
But also another shout out to Ankur Bodalia at @thereal_Ankur. And he responded to us, and he said, I'm a Lowry fan too, but really, guys, CP3, Curry, Westbrook, Lillard, Wall, Irving.
I can agree with Curry, obviously.
Yep.
Maybe Chris Paul. Usually Chris Paul, I would say, but not right now at this very moment. But generally, yes, Chris Paul. And Russell Westbrook, I might even go to.
I'm talking this year, right now, out of those guys, out of CP3, Curry, Westbrook, Lillard, Wall, Irving, the only guy would take over Lowry is Steph Curry.
Okay.
That's it.
At this moment.
At this moment.
Fair enough.
This point in the season, that's it. That's what I'm saying, man. And you know what? I bet you Wall and Irving are going to get more All-Star votes this year, and that's freaking asinine.
We'll see what happens. I'm pretty confident, actually.
Let's go Canada. We got to stand up and vote for
Yeah,
these guys.
I think Raptor Nation's going to go insane on the voting.
I hope so.
It's going to be good. All right, that's going to wrap up episode 5. Hit us up on Twitter, @TalkingRaptors. Raptors Republic, of course, the mothership. And TalkingRaptors.com. Let's go Raptors.
Holler.